Hello, my name's Corinne and I knit and crochet and I design patterns. Today we're gonna make the checkered pumpkin in the small sized. You can also get the PDF on Etsy, Ravelry, or Ribbler, and that includes the large size, the medium, and the small written instructions. And you can find the small pumpkin also on my blog. You'll need some worsted weight yarn, a 4mm hook or a 4.5, whatever you have, you can make it work. I'll also include gauge in the description. I'm using Loops and Threads facets. It's an acrylic yarn. It's kind of like a single ply wool, but acrylic. It's all right. It's a good, affordable yarn, and that's what I used for these and the different colors. So aside from yarn and a hook, you will need some fiberfill, polyfill, this is polyfill, but fiberfill, something to stuff your pumpkin. It could even be yarn. And then you'll need a tapestry needle or some sort of needle to be able to weave in and out and cinch and make the indentation. And some scissors to cut the yarn. So let's get started. Before we get started, the checkered pumpkin is worked in continuous rounds. The chain 2 does not count as a stitch, and that's it. So let's get started. The pattern starts with a magic ring, and I'm doing left-handed instructions, and then for the second half of the video, I will flip it so that it will look right for the right-handed. So we're starting with that magic ring, chaining 2, and then double crocheting 12 into the magic ring. For these beginning rows, I am going to join to that first stitch. And then row 2, we'll chain 2 and 2 double crochet in each stitch around. Chain 2. Double crochet 1. Double crochet 2, and then 2 double crochet all the way around. Now we have 24 stitches because I double crocheted 2 in each stitch around, and I'm going to join again to that first stitch. Row 3, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then double crochet across 2 stitches around, and then join and chain 2, and then you'll end up with 32 stitches. So to begin, we'll chain 2, 2 double crochet in the first stitch, 1, 2, and then double crochet 1, double crochet 1, and then you'll repeat that, double crocheting 2 in 1 stitch, and then double crocheting 1 across 2 stitches. And then continue around and you'll end up with 32 stitches. Now I have 32 stitches and I'm going to join and chain 2. And that was the final time for joining. And now we're going to move on to the front post and back post double crochet section of the pattern. For row 4, you're going to front post double crochet across 4 stitches. And then back post double crochet across 4 stitches around. So no more increasing, just crocheting with the stitches that we have. To front post double crochet 4, I'm gonna find that increase from the very first increase of the last row, and I'm gonna go into that first double crochet. I'm gonna go through the front and back behind, yarn over, pull it up, pull through 2, pull through 2. And I'm going to do that again, yarning over, going behind to the front, to front post double crochet, going through the front, around the back, back out the front. And then for the fourth one, then we'll switch to back post. You're going to yarn over. You're going to go through the back of the stitch, through the front, back to the back. And finish your double crochet, and then 3 more times. And then you repeat that around, and this will begin to start that checkered look. We're back at the beginning. I completed 32 stitches, 4 front post, 4 back post, all the way around. And now we're going to repeat that row, continuing to front post in the front post stitches, back post in the back post stitches. So no joining. We're just going to go straight into double crocheting around that first front post. So front post 4, and then back post around those 4 back post stitches. Complete row 5, and we'll meet back at row 6. I've completed round 4 and 5, which was 4 front post, 4 back post. And now we're going to change it to make that checkered look. We're going to back post 4 across the 4 front post stitches, and then front post across the back post. So again, not joining, just going to double crochet a back post into that first front post, back post in the second, the third, and the fourth. Then front post 4 across the 4 back post. And then from here, for row 6 and row 7, you're going to start with back post double crochet 4, and then you'll front post double crochet 4. Apparently I didn't record row 8, but row 8 is front post double crochet 4, back post double crochet 4 around. I've completed row 8, and now I'm going to do row 9, which is the same thing. Front post double crochet across 4, and then back post double crochet across 4. I've now completed row 9 and moving on to row 10. We're going to back post double crochet across 4 and then front post double crochet across 4. Row 10 is complete, and now we're moving on to row 11 where we're going to start decreasing. We're almost done. It's very exciting. We're going to start with a back post double crochet 2 together. So you're gonna back post around 2 stitches, and then again back post double crochet around the next 2 stitches. And then you'll just front post double crochet 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, you're going to repeat that. You're going to back post double crochet around 2 times, and then front post 4. And then just continue to repeat that until you finish the row, and then we will fill the pumpkin. I have finished row 11. I've decreased around, so now we have 24 stitches. I'm going to take my fiber fill or polyfill and stuff it, maybe a little more than that, I'm going to go ahead and go around for row 12. You're going to double crochet 2 around. So you'll decrease to 12 stitches. There should still be a hole left, and then you can stuff it more if you would like. So we're going to go around and double crochet 2 together. And we're just going to go into the regular tops of the stitches. We're not back post or front posting anymore. So we've decreased to 12 stitches. I'm just going to take some more polyfill and insert it to fluff it up a little bit more. Maybe just a little bit more. And this part, you can just stuff it to your liking. You could not use very much. You could use a whole bunch. I just don't like to overfill it too much because you can start to see the polyfill through the pumpkin. So this feels good to me. For row 13, our final row, we're going to double crochet 2 together around to get down to 6 stitches. And then you'll take your tail, you'll cut it, and then you'll weave it around and cinch it, which I'll walk you through. Decreasing around one more time. Getting pretty small, so it gets a little difficult, but 6. So I'm going to cut some yarn. I'm gonna make a little bit of a longer tail because we're going to use it to cinch as well. So I'm just finishing that off. Going to grab a needle, threading the needle. And then, I mean, it's mostly closed, but just to make sure it's very secure, I just weave through the stitches. You don't even have to weave through every one, just enough to close up that hole. There we go. And now to indent this, to make it so it's more that shaped, you're just gonna take your tapestry needle, go through the center, and go out the other center from the first side. And then you're just gonna go into one of those beginning stitches and go back out the last side. And you're gonna pull, and that'll bring that center in. And then let's repeat that one more time just to make sure it's secure. Going through one of those final stitches, back out to the center of the first side. My cat apparently wants to make his debut on YouTube. And then you see how it's indented on both sides. You can just weave around a stitch and then weave the end in. So that it's good and secure. I just like to weave mine through the inside a few times. Gotta cut it there. And there you have the small pumpkin. And then you can choose the pumpkin stem of your choice. Some people like to use a cinnamon stick. I like to use 3D printed stems that my husband and I have put together. We have these 3 different styles, a large one, a medium, and the small. And then you just get some glue and stick the stem in. We can do that here. Let me get some glue. I'm just gonna use a little bit of this Gorilla glue. I've also used E6000 Is it E6000? I never remember what the number is. We have this. You can pick whatever side you like best. It doesn't matter. I'm going with this side. Stick the stem down and I just hold it until that glue kind of adheres and stays. And there we have it. The small checkered pumpkin. Have fun with it. Use different colored yarns. It doesn't have to be orange. It can be yellow. It can be green. It could be blue, purple, whatever. Happy making.